In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, from God, Amen. Bullying and cyberbullying. It happens inside churches, including our church. It happens everywhere. Schools, diocese-wise, retreats. It happens between peers. It happens from Sunday school teachers to kids. It happens not in our church, but you keep listening. It's everywhere, and the 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 issue of being cruel and making fun of the weakest, and postings and having 10,000 likes, and all of this is very unfortunately attractive to the kids big time, because they feel. I'm trying to put on the AC. Because popularity is the name of the game, unfortunately. To be popular and to be well known and to have this amount of hits on your video or your Instagram post or whatever you have put, that makes everything funny, and everything is okay, and everything should be, there isn't any problem with this. So we will be speaking about bullying in general, and more highlights on cyberbullying, and there will be a real case of one of the kids has been bullied, not a cyberbullying. I told you about it in the first time, but I have all the communication, the written communication communicated to the setting that this kid was in, and how with more understanding the parents were able to defend their kids and stop something that was going very, very serious. Maybe 4 or 5 months back, towards the end of last year, there is a 13-year-old Hispanic, very beautiful girl in Riverside, committed suicide. And when I was watching the news live, and when they interviewed the parents very, 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 very helpless. They kept saying, you know what, she was coming crying, and she was saying, you know what, people are calling her ugly, and making fun of her braces, and putting her down. And they kept, what the parents kept doing? Nothing. And this is where it cuts really deep in the hearts of the kids, because the person who is the most supposed to be there for me, my mom or my dad, are not there. They don't care. They never took an action, and I am hurting from inside from what is happening, and I'm being humiliated. I'm being made fun of, and also I have no support, and this is even killing more. So what will end in, it is my fault. Yani, the subconscious, then I am guilty, then I'm not good, then I deserve this, and they go in this mindset. That's why. So then I'm not good enough that mom and dad will help me. I'm not good enough that my kids, my friends will support me. I'm not good enough that someone will defend me. So I'm not good, then I'm bad, then I don't deserve to live. And here, when you see the very, very alarming line of thinking, or is going in this direction. So cyberbullying is bullying that takes place obviously using technology, whether on social media sites, through the mobile phone, or gaming sites, and the effects that can be devastating for the young person involved. Parents are or the carers, they need to be aware that most children have been involved in cyberbullying in some way or another. So how strong is the degree of that they are bullied or they are made fun of is different, or is different between kids and others. But it is very nature. By its nature, cyberbullying it tends to involve a number of online bystanders. Bystanders اللي قاعدين يتفرجوا. They are not doing anything. They are cheering. They are maybe putting some ideas, some negative thoughts or negative comments, but they are not the one who is the bully. Children and young people who bully others online do not need to be physically stronger, or their methods can often be hidden or subtle. Sometimes they create, for example, if I don't like Maher, and I have a couple of pictures of Maher that I got from his Facebook account, because it's very easy. I can save all your profile pictures on my phone in a second. Then I create a fake account to Maher, and I start posting inappropriate stuff about Maher, and it can go in a many evil ways. But the whole point is, what really broke my heart is how helpless was that family of this girl, the 13 years old girl in Riverside. They didn't know anything better. They were dismissing the girl every day. I know it's no big deal. You are beautiful. Why you are thinking your braces it doesn't look good? They didn't really take an action. They were not aware of how this can impact their young daughter. So top 5 questions parents ask about bullying, cyberbullying. What is cyberbullying anyway? For the most part, it's bullying, but it happens online, as we mentioned. It is important to remember that not every mean comment or unpleasant interaction rises to the level of bullying. This is very important to decipher or to discern. And reality, sometimes I feel in schools when every active kid, they are like the ADHD kid, and they are hyper and they need to be medication and they need to be drugged down, and it's over-diagnosed. Then the rationale of really is okay, this is a hyperactive kid medically in need of medication, or just a smart kid who's active. So the most over-diagnosed condition in school setting is ADHD kids. Everybody is there. كل ال teachers, they are short-nerved, stressed out, مش قادرين. So what they do is just label the kids ADHD hyperactive. وبعتوا لك طبعا email because of the documentation, because you don't understand the game unless you are aware. So they don't tell you this in a one-on-one meeting verbal. No, they write it down in an email, so as they have a documentation that is proving, okay, we have done this, we have done this, we have done this, then this kid needs to be. So on the same token, sometimes Abuna is commenting on a bad behavior of a deacon. Then the parent is coming and telling Abuna, you are bullying my kid. I mean, so يعني it shouldn't be taken out of context, and it shouldn't be underestimated as well. So the whole point is, one of the main messages that goes around very clearly is determine, is it really bullying, and what are the criteria of bullying, and instead of just using the name, because now I'm saying it, my kids are taking it into the deeper with okay, now I'm bullied, now I'm a victim, and you can create drama out of no drama. Are you there? Well, I'm losing you. But it needs
There's a thin line.
yeah, it needs the balance. Is it really a bully? So the movie that we just saw, this is a clear bullying behavior. Fee predetermination. I will tell you one story happened with us in my family. one of my kids, they were practicing for track and field, and they have the three, the long, يسموها إيه? The long, the long step or the long jump. And one of my kids were they are in practice. It's by default you will run and you will fall after running, because this is how long is the step. So, and one of the peers of one of my kids took a video while they are falling, and they started sharing it with their friends to make fun of, and the whole drama of being cool or being popular, or gaining the attraction, or gaining the attention of people based off being mean with the people who are around you, or being inconsiderate or humiliating. And once I knew that this happened, I asked the kids, okay, did you tell them you are not, I didn't give you permission to videotape me? No. Did you tell them you are not supposed to please delete it? The girl said, no, I'm not going to delete it. It's my property. It's my phone. And now we entered in a okay, this is whose information? This is my kid who is being videotaped, or this is your phone? And then the whole problem is, if your kids, they don't feel that you are supporting them or backing them up, then it was one event. Then I said, you know what? Okay, what options we have? Then the option that we agreed on, ignore. Does it really feel well when you ignore? No, I feel betrayed. I feel taken advantage of. I feel down. The miracle question asked on a scale from 1 to 10. Just if you didn't get anything from today, if you get just this question, ask the kid on a scale from 1 to 10 how hard this is for you, how hurtful it is for you. And I turned the AC off. Responding because you can have a kid who is telling you, you know what, this is not a big deal. It's 1 out of 10. But they are cool about it. You don't need to take an action. You don't need to escalate. You don't need that you are in a drama. But if they are telling you it is 7, it is 8, it is 9, it is 10, then this is very serious for them. How you are going to deal with it, this is so. We agreed that they are going to send an email to the teacher and copying me and Manal in the email, that the parents are aware to the teacher. And this has happened. This is not, I'm not permitting this to happen. I'm requesting that this individual in this class to remove this video, and I'm not, otherwise we are going to go to the principal. So this was the first step. Thank God the teacher was very on top of it, very aware, very responsive, took an action, made a public statement in the whole class, took the phone and the person that had the shooting or this videotaping, and spoke with the girl in a nice way, and she deleted the video, she removed it from the social media, and things are in control. And you can see the smile on the face of the kid when you are picking them up from school, as if now they are back to themselves. So this is so okay. Now forget about what is the name of this. It is something that hurt my kid. Then I took responsibility. I took action. We escalated the things. Written communication. Verbal communication in this country does not exist. If you told me verbally, okay, I didn't listen, then I was not in the room at that time even. So in order not to go in, okay, this is bullying and we need to take an action and we need to call the police. I mean, just start with the don't overreact, don't exaggerate, and don't call any mean action bullying. If this girl that had this video started repeating mean actions, then now we are moving in a bullying. It is not an event. Now this is a style of a relationship that this person is bullying this person. Are you there? So be very cautious. Sometimes it is just what kids call drama. It is important to remember that not every mean or humiliating comments that rises to the level of bullying. If it is repeated, if it is predetermination, videotaped, or taken picture of, all of this. And there is a very, very fine line between what is really funny when the kids are joking around and saying things funny and what is really bullying and hurting. And how to know?
Ask the kid. Ask the kid.
Ask them,
How do you feel about it?
how do you feel? Oh, okay. The skill question.
Yeah,
I have
ask
a
Don't,
him.
question.
don't when I say ask the skill question.
I have a question. I have a son who has the tendency to keep everything to himself. He doesn't complain, he doesn't share, even if it bothers him so much, even it's eating him inside. He has this kind of an ego thing, like he doesn't want his mom to step in or his dad, he wants, So I have a trouble having him
Opening.
extracting that stuff from him, even if it bothered him. Even at a young age too, he was bullied. Literally, 3 kids in first grade, and 3 kids from upper grades had pushed him around, took his shoes and tossed it in a playground, and he did not share that with me at a very young age. And he said, well, it wasn't a big deal. I didn't know it was a big deal.
Did you ever try the skill question?
I didn't, but I felt like I needed to do something.
But first start with the skill question.
Okay.
Because
But
sometimes
how would I know? I
sometimes
need to get
boys-
him to share.
if you can get if the women can get all their husbands to share, then this is, I mean, it's part of the being a boy or being a man, that they don't talk that much. We keep it inside. But the whole point is the skill question is a key. Is a key. A guy came and there was an issue, and he spoke with me about the issue, and I told him, how do you feel about it? He told me, yeah, I'm okay. After 2 weeks, he's coming back, speaking about the same issue. And I asked him, how do you feel about it? I told me, fine. So, okay, well. No, 2 weeks backwards. 2 weeks back, when I asked you that how do you feel about it, and you told me okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, how did you really feel bad about it? He told me 2. Okay. Then what about today's feeling? He told me 8. So from okay to fine for him was from 2 to 8. You never know. You never know. And by the way, this is a miracle question even in marriage, because you can find your husband or your wife are feeling down or whatever is going on. Maybe I'm tired. I'm okay. But just ask this question, and you'll have a completely different answers and completely different dimensions. So what I will do, I will ask, and I will be very, very adamant about, okay, I need a number.
It's my problem is actually finding out that something had happened to him.
Then
So every day I ask him, how's your day? Anybody bothered you? It's like I have to عايزة نكوشه على طول. I have to tell him,
and this is good.
did something bother you today?
This is good. This is good. But the whole point is just being aware and checking on the kids, and it was some of the parents also ask, okay, how was your day? No, you don't. Good. Everybody will say good.
No,
Give me a score.
Tell me about your day.
No, give me a score. 2, 3, 10. Then you keep when they tell you a number, and maybe their norm is 7. Okay, it's an okay day, 7. But one day they said 5. There was something happened. One day they said 9. Then something happened. So and so forth. So this question is a miracle question. It reveals a lot of details and it gives you really a clear direction where to go. But if we just, oh, I'm okay, I'm fine, I don't care. But when you dig more, it's a completely different thing. You had a question, Bess?
Yeah, I was gonna say, sometimes, I mean, we teach this in Boy Scouts, like recognize. So sometimes we should give some awareness to our kids how to recognize bullying. So
Yeah, and
there are videos out there for that. If you want to, so I don't know. I mean, if you wanna show him these videos, I can share some with you if you want.
yeah, I mean, yeah, awareness is a key because if I'm not aware that I have rights and I need to defend myself and I have tools to do this, is definitely is a key. So how likely is that my child will be cyberbullied? Many different studies from 4.5% till almost 24. So every 4 kids, 1 is bullied. Either way, too many students have experienced cyberbullying, but it is important to note that the most have not and most don't bully others. So the norm, it is not that everywhere everybody is mean. No, I mean 3 out of 75% they are not experiencing it, and usually they pick on the weaker kid, as you have seen in the video. The one was a little bit smaller size. If anyone is disabled, if anyone is having something from the external appearance is different, that this will be picked on.
I have a question. So bullying is only for kids, or does it happen for adults as well?
It happens for adults big time. And
Adults can call it harassment.
Oh yeah.
no, but it happens. It happens.
In a different
That it
setting
happens
and-
from students to teachers. Yeah,
And from teachers. Sometimes from teachers to
and sometimes from teachers to kids. But the whole point is everybody will be saying, "Ah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just." And when the kids are aware, and they say, "No, no, you can't tell me this. You are not supposed to tell me this." Especially with a hierarchy or a teacher, a coach, or Sunday school servant or whatever. That, but definitely it's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere.
The difference, the kids, they are usually seeking the recognition or the fun out of what they're doing. Adults, they're seeking to be mean and intimidating the others. So that bullying is there, and when you see someone keep intimidating someone all the time, or like we're saying in Egypt, you put this person in your head, and you have nothing in your life except ruin his life. That's bullying. But for kids, like this video, it's much more about my recognition. How many likes I got, how much I'll be more popular, and I don't care about how the other person will feel, but I care about what I will get.
I have a comment on her question when she said her son doesn't open up and he doesn't talk. I have this problem with my kids when they were young, like at 5 years old, and I talked to the teacher and I told her every time I asked him like, "How's your day?" Just fine, mommy. And the teacher told me never ask the question, "How's your day?" Because the answer is gonna be very short. It's just fine. It's good.
Question.
Always ask questions that need a long answer, like something that will give you more. So, what did you do in your math test? Like, how you guys were playing with the kids? What happened in the classroom? Never ask the question. It will answer will be fine. It will be good, and it helped. Actually, it helped. So try to ask detailed question. You get the detail out of it.
The problem sometimes we fall into the trap of we are not asking what looks like for the kids, we're interrogating them.
Yeah.
So even with the nice way, with the open way, it's a matter of, okay, so tell me how's your day? Is it the right time? This is very important. So if your kid like busy in something or tired or hungry or whatever, is it the right time?
That's not
Is it the right time, place?
or tired or busy.
So
I just sent you 21 after school questions on the group. So what's and
We have a
and
study
very a lot of nice very very nice questions, and it works. So
so we have like 3 hours to
it's so this is before the homework.
So they will hate you and they will
like
just
3 questions every day.
Even one question would be more than enough. So how do I know that if my child is being cyberbullied? Even if you have a good feel for your kid's emotional state, social skills, and peer relationships, it is a good idea to ask whether cyberbullying is going on. And I think bullying, generally speaking, because the case that I will share with you, it was a physical bullying in a middle school. So so the whole point is, if bullying is happening, just ask about it. If no one is bullying me, okay, does anything happens online or on social media? So as to keep the both in the same in your mindset. You may not get a clear answer right away, but engage your kid in occasional conversations. The recognize, as Basil said, raising the awareness is something that will make a difference as well. If it is a problem at their school, or what they would do if they were cyberbullied or knew about others who were, if they seem obsessed. And as you can see in the video that was presented, that the group of friends in the class pushed. They defended the boy. They pushed the guy to remove the video. So it was a very nice setting.
Doesn't happen.
No, I had another very miserable video, but we are not in need of any more misery. It's known. So the federal government's, this is a very nice website, stopbullying.gov, suggests that parents to be on the lookout for signs such as difficulty in sleeping, frequent nightmares, declining grades, not wanting to go to school. This is a key. I hate school. I don't want to be there. I hate school. I don't. Maybe that your kid is manipulating and playing games with you to. This is another thing. You need really to assess where things is going. A feeling of helplessness and decreased self-esteem. There is a difference between a kid who is, I'm going to school, and I hate my life when I'm going to school, and they are going and they are smiling and there's no big deal, and they are in tears when they are going. They don't want to leave the car. I mean, you keep getting the how serious this is in the life of the kids. The fourth question is, what is the best way to keep cyberbullying out of my child's life? This is a tough question of prevention. But if your child does experience cyberbullying as a target, or whether he is a bystander or just supportive parenting can go a long way towards minimizing the impact. Raising the awareness, loving support sometimes mean listening or offering perspective, sometimes talking through the strategies of regaining a sense of control over the situation. If I think the most risky part, if we dismiss, we say, no, there is no big deal, put it under the rug and pretend there is nothing is happening, and not responding to the kid. Even if the kid is manipulating me, even if the kid is playing game with me, it is better to be safe than sorry. Talking through strategies, we will go in a couple of minutes about things to do by the very few nice articles Mehan have shared with me. I will be using it today. Helping your child grow in resilience that lessens the impact of social cruelty. It is important to know that the kids, they don't differentiate much between online or offline. But since young people make no distinction between online and offline, parents shouldn't either. Because if someone is bullying you, it is important to know whether it is offline in real life or online. But the kids, it's for them, it's one thing, because all their social life now is online. So the same values of respect and kindness towards self and others that you have modeled and taught your kids in everyday life applies also in social media too. And they will have a positive effect on their experiences in digital space, just as an offline life. If the kid is going through crisis, then you need to take an action. What do I do if my child is cyberbullied? The general advice that all over the web, not to react or retaliate, but you can block the bully and print out and keep evidence. And this is very important. You don't never think of this as an idea. Okay, you know what? You can block the person, but if you block the person, maybe you lose all the history of the conversation or the chat. So keep a snapshots of what is happening, print it out, send it yourself in an email. Keep record, because you never know where this is going to lead or where this might happen. Keep evidence in case it will be needed, and sometimes it can help in some of the cases. But the most important thing is to talk with your kids about what's going on. Again, very risky to dismiss, very risky not to respond, very risky to say, no, it is no big deal. But when you talk, don't ridicule, don't put them down, ask the scaled question, know how important this is for them, help them to think through what happened and how they feel about it and what they are going to do about it. And sometimes kids are being bullied and you see a flip in the situation. Now the parents are the bully against the kids, the other kids. Yani, if Johnny has been bullied by Andy, so Andy is the bully. Now the dad and the mom of Johnny kick Johnny out of the picture, and they are the bully against Andy. And now this is now his parents are going to get in ويعملوها يقعوا فيها الصغار يعملوها الصغار ويقعوا فيها الكبار. When the little ones are starting something and the whole people in the adult realm is getting involved in it. So it is very important to have, because if I told Johnny don't worry about it, I will take care of it. Yeah, they might be okay. They will be wondering what's going on, but if they are involved in the process, if they are talked about it, if they are involved, if they are the one, like the story that happened with us, I didn't send the email. This is the kid who sent the email, and I was copied so as to know that the parent, so as the teacher knows that we are aware and we are empowering our kid to take an action, and we'll see. And if you, and many times it is just people will not respond because you didn't take the right action or the correct action. No one knows how to resolve a situation without understanding it fully, and it is important to involve your child in the process, as we mentioned. So who did this, what really happened, who was there, ask more information about this. Somebody is bullying me, or just an event, or so is it a trend, is it something that is repeated or not. I will share with you the story of the kid, a middle age, we'll call the kid Adam, a middle school kid. His name is Adam, in the Coptic church. A tough kid, very, very calm, very quiet, doesn't open up that much. but started looking depressed, hates going to school, grades is getting down, though he's very smart. And now this is very alarming. What's going on? And the mom and the dad was speaking with one of the abunas, and the abuna asked to meet the kid in the same day. And when abuna met the kid, he asked the kid what's going on, and the kid opened up of all. In the beginning, yeah, it's no big deal, just fights in school. So how many are in the fights? What's going on? What they do? What they did? What they do? What did you do? You do back to them? And the mom and the dad said, you know what? This is inappropriate. They went to the principal. They complained verbally. The principal told them, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it. The second day, the level of bullying increased massively. And you are mama's boy, and now you are complaining against us to the school, and you think that you will get away with it. And things became, unfortunately, very, very bad. What happened in that time, that the kid didn't say anything. Do you know why?
He didn't want his parents involved again.
Yes. Because they're going to ruin it again. And now I told them about it. They went. It got worse. So for any human being, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to go in this route again. The action was revealed, thank God, it was revealed through that abuna. Abuna was in contact with the boy on a daily basis through text. And every day he was asking the kid to tell them exactly about the day and what's going on in details. And the day that the kid did not respond, there was an approach, whether a visit from the abuna or one of the servants to follow up on the kid, because it was very, very challenging. So people from the church gathered together. They did a consultation. They asked a lawyer, they asked a police officer, and they asked a counselor, with one goal: to know exactly what options they have, what they can do, what are the things that they can take an action with. And they realized that if there is no written communication to the school principal and to the district with a very, very harsh wording, not a bullying wording, but with a very strong legal letter that goes with a certified mail, and there are a lot of steps that doesn't even cross your mind. I mean, don't shoot them an email. The email is deleted. That went to the spam. No, we never received an email from you. But they can't tell you we never received a certified mail. They can't, because you have the record and the proof that they received it. So with I'm trying to get you the exact letter. Okay. So with the help of that three, the police officer, the lawyer, the counselor, they had an action plan. First of all, check on the kid every day, how they are doing, if the bullying is happening, is not happening. So the most important person is the kid. So having, and if the kid said, you know what, on a scale from 1 to 2, my day is 2. This needs a very, very important quick action, because what happened in the story of Riverside is the girl was desperate, she was hurt, she was upset, and she killed herself on the spot. So this is a copy of the letter that has been communicated. Okay, so this is just a demo letter. No, this is a copy of the real letter, but I'm just putting different names. Adam and Eve, their address, this happened in whatever dates is, the principal name, the school address. Dear principal, my child is in the 6th grade at this middle school. During school, my son has been bullied and harassed by the following students. The names of the students were mentioned, first name, last name. This occurred during the past 3 months. My son has been bullied during class, during breaks, and in between classes, and there are some examples of what the students have bullied the name of the kid. So he was bullied, the name of the person, so A has bullied my son, has pulled my son's pants, and look how mean we are speaking about. This is what happened. Slapped him in the face, kicks him, push him around, and taunts him with the foul and demeaning words. Second kid teases him and touches him inappropriately on his body. Slaps in his face and taunts him and with the foul language and demeaning words. The same demeaning words with the last 4 kids. This is a very, very serious event is happening. This kid, if not taken care of, this kid, God forbid, might be ending with the same situation like this girl in middle school in Riverside. The majority of these incidents occurred during Mrs. So-and-so, the class, and where other students have witnessed this type of bullying, but unfortunately the teacher doesn't know anything about it. We became aware of these incidents when we noticed our son not wanting to go to school, feeling very depressed, his grades is down, have declined because he can't focus in classroom. He was hurt by the bullying and the harassment, and he now suffers from depression and anxiety, and is afraid to go to school, which ultimately affect his grades. And all of these are true statements. Look to the second. This is where really I will give them the A+ in the letter. Our child has the right to be in safe environment at school so he can learn. We have been advised by legal counsel. Now, the school, this is not a parent who is, please help me, and no. This is a parent who did a thorough investigation about what are the rights, what they need to do, what actions they will take. And we have been advised by legal counsel that California has several laws in place to protect children from being bullied, including California Safe Place to Learn Act, located in California Education Code number 234B, which ensures, and part of the law has been written on all the laws that are against bullying. Please send us a copy of the district policy on bullying and harassment. Investigate this problem and correct it as soon as possible. Please let us know in writing of the action you have taken to rectify or to correct the situation and to ensure it does not happen again. I expect response within 5 business days or we will start a legal proceeding. This letter is not a joke, is not a letter that the principal, in the same day, the principal and the and as you can see that they are copying the superintendent of the school district. So now it is not, and the principal is aware that the superintendent is aware. The superintendent is his boss, is the boss of the principal. So now, within less than 24 hours, all these kids, the list of A and B and C, all these kids and their parents have been pulled in with a very long investigation of what has happened, and they kept asking and cross-referencing each other, and they realized that this was the true case. They took an action. By law, they cannot tell you what they did with every kid. They cannot tell you, okay, I went to Mr. M and I expelled him from school for 3 days. No, they cannot say, but they can tell you a general general outline of actions has been taken as a general, not per person, because not to expose the confidentiality of the kids. But this is a completely different approach than a mom is going or a dad is going, please, will Nabi, my son is being hurt, and please help us out. This is a completely different setting. This letter has been communicated to us through the clergy. We have a clergy group and a list of emails, because the case was like a model case of what happened, and we received it. We received the exact letter from the group of clergy, because this is something that we need really to address and to take care of. Till now, do you have any questions?
Yes, I want to quickly. So if something happened to our daughter at school, it's okay if not if, okay if the person is at her school and is our neighbor as well. Okay, so is it okay for us to speak to the child or go straight to her parents?
First of all, what happened? Second, what is the scale on my kid? Okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, how serious this is.
Mm-hmm.
If it is 1 or 2, it's no big deal.
Okay.
But if they tell you 1 or 2 and they feel, and I can tell you 1 when I'm feeling down, are you serious? Okay, then maybe I can ask you later on about this, or we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
The main important thing is, it is very comforting when you know that the parent is backing me up, and they are defending me. My dad is taking an action. My mom is taking an action because I'm valuable, I'm loved, I'm cared for, I'm cherished. But it is not that nobody cares, and now I am bombarded with this happening to me, and in the same time, nobody is defending me from the people whom I trust and the people whom I love. First of all, know exactly what's happening. Second, ask yourself if this is an event or a trend. Someone was really upset and they had a bad day and they were very mean to her, and it's over, and they are kids and they're playing together.
That event happened to be after a trend. So the event tipped it off because they were friends, but then she got really upset and she started telling us about what was going on.
Okay.
Before. Wasn't too much, but it was annoying. But she didn't say much about it. So. From a spiritual perspective as well, there is something very, very good to do, is to start praying for forgiveness of this whoever is wronging me, and asking for their forgiveness, regardless of what action I will take. Yeah, this what we know, that Abuna was in contact with the boy, and they were praying together, and they were praying in their prayer to forgive the people who have attacked or the people who have humiliated or bullied. Because the concept of forgiveness is a key. But this does not mean that I will retaliate or I will be aggressive, but I can take an action as his parents has taken action. That's on our end. What about if she says, okay, Lord, let me forgive her and stuff, and then she goes back, because they children, right? So they're gonna go back the next day and they're like, okay, I forgive her, so we're playing together again, and she could still abuse the situation.
it needs monitoring here and talking, and also I will not let my kid go in their place and I'm not there. I mean, I will not. Okay, if they are playing in an open area and I'm seeing them in an open area, then it's fine. But what happens behind closed doors, or I mean, I need also to be hyper vigilant in other situations, so as to be aware what's really going on.
I,
Did you ask if you want to approach the kid or her parents? Is that your
yeah, that's
question?
what I
That's my
need to.
understanding.
Did I? Yes, I wanted. Yeah.
I
because
would
when
not
I'm-
approach
Yeah,
the
because
kid
I
at
felt
all.
this from your question.
Yeah.
You cannot talk to the child.
No,
You
no.
wanna talk to your
cannot.
child, you have to let
You have to
your
have the
child.
parents.
Yeah.
No, no, no. You let your child
Yeah.
talk to them. First of all, you have to educate your child how to
Yeah.
respond back when something happens. Because your child can be in a situation where you're not there, nobody else there, and if they're not practicing what to do, they will get hurt more.
And
So
then
I will try first.
if you feel like you need to intervene, then you need to have both kids present and her parents
Yeah.
present.
Yeah, so.
I
Okay.
would not talk to
But
the kid.
I will educate my kid first how to respond, because I kind of let them know that they might see a lot of things like that in their life, and this is how to practice. And if this happens, you do this, you respond that, you tell them you don't like it, you need to stop. If they don't stop, then you come back to me, and then this is when you escalate it, because they have to respond first and show their emotion, what they like, what they like, so they can stand for themselves. Because I tell them, when you grow up, you're gonna be in a job, you're gonna have someone doing that. I'm not gonna come with you to help
To
you.
the
You
job.
need to start
Okay.
working on it from now.
Okay.
The case is this is not an ethical issue. This is a legal issue.
Yeah. You cannot talk to
So
the
this is taken to you as a kind of child abuse. If you're going and intimidate the child or get him emotionally intimidated by what you're doing,
Exactly.
and there's witness, then you'll be
Exactly.
the person will be in illegal trouble.
How about if that witness is a teacher?
Whatever, there is a witness, and the teacher is much more, because the teacher, she has to
Report.
mandated to report that. If she didn't that, she can be imprisoned, and she pay a big fine if she didn't do that. So
So this is one of the very nice pamphlets about cyberbullying that we'll go through it in the next few minutes, and also we will share it with you. So what makes cyberbullying unique? Because the negative behavior is happening when outside of the view of the adults. It's not that someone is hitting someone. The adults is not aware what's going on. Cyberbullying can be done anonymously. I can create a fake account, and as we mentioned, it also can reach a large audience, because I can share, or as this guy in the video, 10,000 hits. It is often easier to bully using technology because of the greater physical distance as well. It is very important to know this, that when a child is cyberbullied based on race, national origin, color, sex, age, disability, or religion, it is considered discriminatory harassment, and federal laws and protection apply. Visit stopbullying governor.gov laws federal for more information. So there is a very nice part of this article. 3 steps to address cyberbullying with your kids. Number one, the 3-step plan to address cyberbullying with your kid
have the cyberbullying conversation and talk with them to open up the subject. Those are nice tips. I understand how important it is to communicate with your friends by phone and online. You deserve to be safe from bullying online, just like at school. If something is happening online, it is hurtful to you, it is bullying, it is important to tell me about it because I'm there to help you and to be there for you. So speak about the cyberbullying conversation. Number 2, set cyber safety rules, ideas for parenting. You set safe rules in physical world such as guidelines. Also, you need to set safe rules also with when it comes to online time and details from in this aspect. Specific advice to keep in mind. Remind your children that you will never really know who is on the other end of a cyber communication because many stories can be said in this. You never know who is on the other end. Advice to never share your email or social media password or your address or your phone number with anyone that you don't know, or even anyone. Decide whether you or your parent will have access to your child password for email accounts. It is important if you have a copy of all their accounts and emails, and this can be a nice rule before they get their first smartphone. This is your phone, yes, it is our property, and we will have access on every single thing from the beginning, from the get-go. It's very, very hard if they have their own phone after 2 or 3 years and you now are awakened وأخذت حبوب الشجاعة, and you are telling them, you know what, let me tell you, from now on, I have control over the phone and I have control over your passwords. Sometimes it's it is late in the game. It is your right as a parent, and it is our responsibility in front of God to keep them safe. Establish whether you and your child are friends in social media accounts and whether you want to moderate the content they share and post online. Set hours for online time. One of the very, very nice things, don't let the kids have their phones in their bedrooms. Phone is outside, charger is outside. أقول لك أصلا I need my alarm to wake myself up. Or go to Walmart, take this $5, get the cheapest alarm, put it in your room, and this is the end of it. Or I will wake you up. But it's a very, very important, because all the drama and all the inappropriate stuff that is happening, whether from the talk of last week or the cyberbullying, it's happening behind closed door. Steps to take if your child is being bullied online: be supportive, document. There is no documentation, there is nothing that will be happening. Screenshot, print emails, save text. Some ideas for parents: research the bullying preventive laws in your state. That's why in the letter they were asking the principal to send them their policy again, because it is very important in your case. There is a very nice part for the kids. This is where I will end. All of those are important information, but then I'm searching for information to be done with the teenagers or with the kids that they take.
sorry, I'm not. Maybe it is here. My computer is freezing. Anyway. Yeah, here is it. Okay, for kids and teenagers. For kids, know that it is not your fault. This is also one of the things that you can talk with the kids about. It is not your fault if people are bullying or people are mean. This is not your fault. Because you remember, the first thing that comes in mind, maybe I have something wrong, and they keep guilt-tripping themselves or feeling guilty or blaming themselves. Do not respond to or retaliate. Sometimes a reaction is exactly what exaggerate or the aggressors are looking for, because or they want to set him up. عارفين مثلا الواد بيتنرفز شوية ولا is a bit easily provoked, so they want to set him up in something, so as he will be in trouble, and by this they are making fun out of him and they are blaming him and they are putting him down. So do not respond or no, it is not your fault. No, don't respond or retaliate. Save the evidence if there is any evidence. Tell the person to stop. Reach out for help, especially if the behavior is really getting to you. You deserve a backup. See if there is someone who can listen, help you process what's going on. Sometimes it's a very good idea to reach to the school counselor. Sometimes, okay, the kid doesn't want to open up with you, and you are seeing that they are down or there is something going on. You can refer them to the school counselor. Most probably of the, I think from middle school and above, there is an in-house school counselor or school psychologist. Use available tech tools. Sometimes you can block, you can prevent, you can protect through this, or remove the person, or put their emails in a scam, or delete their emails. Protect your accounts as well. Don't share your password with anyone, even your closest friends, because if I have a password of your account, if I have access to your account, this will be the golden opportunity for anyone. I go and I mess your whole world around because I have access on your stuff. If someone you know is being bullied, take an action, and just standing by can empower the aggressor and does not help to help. But the best thing is you can do is to try to stop the bullying by taking a stand against it, as we have seen the video. So I think this is pretty much the topic. Verbal communication is important with the kids. Ask the multi-million-dollar question, the scale question, on a scale from 1 to 10, how this is affecting you. Keep the kids in the process, because don't cut them off and you are taking the lead, because now they don't feel you didn't teach them how to respond or how to take you didn't give them the tools. Yeah, you protected them for a while. You are taking the lead, but it was a golden opportunity for you to walk with your kid in this. There is a great spiritual growth area in it when we start praying to the people who are offending us, and this is, I think, one of the best things that you can learn, because you will learn about praying for your enemy in life in this age. So I will end with a nice story of a high schooler who was having
very hard time, very nice, very decent guy, having very hard time with a group of, so when they are switching classes, they are moving from buildings to buildings, so they have to go through a certain corridor, and that corridor, a bunch of kids are always sitting in that place and giving one of the youth a very hard time. So it was devastating for him. We are speaking about high school, to the extent that he mentioned even in to his abuna in a discussion with his spiritual father. And Abuna didn't know much about the situation, but he told him, did you memorize Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd? He told him, no, not that much. He told him, okay, bring the scripture, bring the Bible, write down the psalm, put it on a post-it note, put it on your phone, do whatever. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Even if I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, because you are with me. And his abuna told the kid, before, when you are moving from this period to this period and expecting to go in this corridor, just start praying this psalm. It is very powerful, and God will defend you. And a few weeks after, the boy returned to Abuna with a big smile, and he told him, you will not believe me, but what happened once I started praying the psalm, they are not in the corridor anymore. I haven't seen them. I don't know what's going on, but they disappeared. So the power of prayer, and in this time, I beg you, don't dismiss what the kids are feeling. Don't ever dismiss it. ما تطنش وتقول no, it's no big deal, مفيش حاجة، شغل عيال. No. Take it, assess, be realistic, ask the right questions, and also I think we can share with you this letter of the family, just for your record. Maybe you can help someone who is going through anything in any situation like this. Any questions?
Yeah. How we can make difference between tell our kids to pray for the enemy and take actions to stop them, like how to forgive for anyone, or tell him to stop.
No, I need them to do both.
Yeah.
I need them to do both, because the commandment is very clear. Forgive others. If you forgive others their trespasses, your Father will forgive you. If you did not forgive, then so we have a mandatory responsibility to forgive. If Christianity, Abuna B'Shoy Kamel that departed of Alexandria, if we as Christians lost love and forgiveness, then we lost the whole Christianity. So forgiveness is between me and God, not between me and the person. It's between me and God in my prayers. I choose to forgive this person for what they have wronged me with. But it is not a permission for this person to abuse me. It's not a permission for him or her to take advantage of me. No. This is here it's a clear boundaries. I'm not letting you to hurt me anymore, and I'm taking actions. And I'm not doing it out of anger and frustration and yelling and no, I'm praying for you on my personal level. But abusing me or letting this happen again, no. Did I answer you?
Yeah.
And at least to stop it from happening to others too, like not letting that person, the bully, like, okay, I'm done with this guy, I'm gonna go on and bully this other guy. So maybe the action you will take will stop this guy from being a bully and harassing other kids too.
Yeah, because like sometimes when we tell our kids like, oh, forgive him, so okay, I'll let anyone bully me to tell whatever he like.
That doesn't mean
Take me down.
That doesn't mean you making a stop to it. There's a difference. The kids have to understand that, you know.
I do believe as